Opening day. Let's see. So Lane and I are we're headed to Ohio. Today's the opening day of West Virginia and Ohio, and it is 3 a.m. So we're going to head over there, and we'll try and get a game plan together on the way over and see what we're going to do. So. Pretty awesome. He was close. I just told Lane, I was like, Lane, because Lane can't see over here as well as I can. I just told him, I'm like, man, if I nudge you like this, that means I see a deer. And what was it? A minute? Not even a minute. I was like, well, we're leaving Ohio. We're headed back to West Virginia. Had a pretty good hunt this morning. Had a deer pretty close. He just wasn't a big one. So, but we went in and put some sticks on a tree for a saddle hunt later this week, maybe even tomorrow. So we got that done and checked the camera, and we're heading back home so Lane can hopefully get a nap and get in the tree with Josh this evening. So we will be back. You good?
Yep.
Well, it's hot. You can see I'm already sweating. But Lane and I are going to go out to a spot that I've been watching a few deer. He and Jay hunted in Ohio this morning. He came back here, took him a couple hour nap. They saw one small buck this morning. Brody and I went out back here into the blind. Didn't see any deer. It was hot. It's in the low 90s right now, what do you think?
I'd say.
Yeah. So it's probably 4 o'clock now. We're gonna take our time. It should take us an hour or so to get in there. We're gonna go in and hang our steps up, get our saddles, and see if anything comes through in these oaks that we're going to be hunting, and
We've had a camera out for probably 2 weeks and getting some deer coming through there. So get in here and see what happens. Two of the most important things: my Copenhagen, my wind checker. That's all I care about. I can hunt with a knife, by golly, as long as I got my Copenhagen, my snuff. Inaugural day for 2019 in the stand, so I think I've got everything. If I don't, we'll figure it out. We got down here in the creek, and we still gotta walk up the hill, so I'm dreading it with the heat, but we're gonna get after it. We're getting up here close to where we're gonna set up. We're gonna wind check it when we get in here and then just figure out where we're gonna set depending on the wind. But this ridge right here, this little finger point, is where they've been eating these acorns and stuff. And depending on what the wind's doing, where we're gonna set up, we're gonna get in here as quietly as we can. Sit till dark. Totally opposite wind than what I thought it was going to be this evening. Oh my gosh. Now see, that's typical West Virginia for you. Just circle. The two different weather channels can say it's going to be a southwest wind. And see, and we've had every direction of wind on this point. It just freaking, it swirls everywhere. I mean, there's a lot of forage. About 5 o'clock. It took us about an hour and a half to get in here. The wind's swirling, but I think we set up for the best that we can get. We're going to sit tight here for a while. As we were climbing up, we got a deer. Lane, as he was bringing the ladder up, he saw a deer down below us here, so hopefully it's a good evening. It's smoking hot. As you can tell, I'm soaking wet, but you can't kill them if you ain't out here. If you're on the couch watching Saturday college game day, you ain't gonna kill no deer. So, heat or not, we've been after it all day, whether me and Brody, Jay, or Lane. And we ain't heard from Kirk, him and Greg are elk hunting. I don't know if they don't have no service or what, but we ain't heard from them all day, so hopefully they're doing good too. But we're gonna get cooled down a little bit and get settled in, and hopefully some deer start moving here later on here in about an hour and a half or so. Pretty exciting. Had a little button bug right here. And the deer, they didn't quite read the script and come out where they were supposed to. They came out below us and crossed our path that we walked in. And that little button bug, first year deer, doesn't know any better. He just come on across and came up here and fed a little bit. But then there was probably a 2-year-old, maybe a 3-year-old for this area, 8-point, small one, came down and hit our track. big buck. Oh yeah. No, not yet. Big buck. You can't have a much better evening than what we had. And I thought we was gonna close the deal. Man had a real nice buck coming, and he was right under us and was gonna beat up his little finger. And I swung around to get more comfortable for this angle of a shot on this uphill side, and my heel popped off my platform, and it made like just a pop sound, and they took off over there. They really didn't know what happened then. They just circled back around up above us. And honestly, the wind, as soon as they took off, I got my wind checker out. The wind's blowing this way. So I don't know what spooked them, because there's no way they can see us. But heck of a first evening. We'll be back tomorrow evening. We'll let it settle out. And I don't know if Kirk and Craig did any good this evening. But we had a heck of a good evening. I'm happy, but that deer, he got lucky that my heel popped off this platform, because I mean, he was dead under us. So we'll get after it again tomorrow. We just got back to the house to go in a little more detail of what happened, and I'm pretty upset with myself, but it was a good day. The heel of my boot, when I was on that platform, it was my first time in a saddle hunting, and I'm getting used to them, but that's no excuse. But that deer was directly, probably a 70-degree angle behind us, and I had come over and moved my feet to look at him on this side of the tree, and my heel popped off the edge of the platform. So, and he took off. He didn't bump out there real hard, so we're going to hunt the same area tomorrow evening. We saw a lot of deer tonight. We saw a little scrub 8, probably 7 or 8 does?
I'd say, yeah.
Maybe 9 does. And they're all feeding on those oaks in there, on that finger. And so we're going to try it again tomorrow evening. It's been a heck of a good day. I think Brody and I were the only ones that didn't see deer or have an encounter this morning. Jay and Lane were in Ohio and had a good encounter with the 7-point. Kirk and Craig, haven't heard from them. Kirk texted while we were in the stand, said they were looking at a bull in Kentucky. So they're going to hunt again tomorrow. Lane and I are going to hunt tomorrow evening again. I consider the first day of West Virginia opening season a success. I mean, we had a lot of good encounters today, and wish we would have closed the deal, but we didn't. We're going to get back after it tomorrow. I mean, it's not called killing, it's called hunting.